Hey folks, Peter here. Thank you for joining me in another video. 3D printing centric, I guess we could say. Today, I'm not going to do any printing. The printing's already done. I just got a box in the mail though. And this might give you some idea of what we're doing. Vector Finesse 3D printed Hedamame headphones, I believe they're called. I 3D printed the parts, bought the kit. So I'm going to open this up and we're going to build some headphones. So this is what we're looking at for the parts that I printed. These are basically the cones left and right, the pieces that go in there. These clip onto the bottom. These hold the ear pads, and then we've got the headband here. This is all printed out of PLA. I think they recommend PETG, which I don't have, I don't use that. But this is like the pro, like a pro grade PLA plus, whatever it's called. And I mean, that should be plenty fine for that piece there. Printed in orange and white. I think it's going to be a great color combo. Let's go ahead and get this box open and let's see what all is even in here. I have no clue. I've got some idea. I think there's some wires, the ear pads, speakers, cords, some screws. Feels really well packed. I mean, this is a pretty solid box here. And I do want to say that I have reached out to the company. You know what, I'm gonna adjust the camera here real quick. All right, so I've adjusted the camera. I also went and picked up a couple of the other pieces that I printed off from downstairs. These hold on kind of the headband pad there. We'll get into that more in a little bit. Mail also just showed up, so I had to go run to the door to sign for a package. But here we go, we're opening up the box. Some packing slip with my total and everything on it. Cool, cool, cool. Oh wow, that is a fancy box right there. So this is the 50mm peerless drivers. So that's what we're going to be using there. I have no idea what that fully means, but if you do, there you go, peerless 50mm drivers. And here's kind of all the parts here. And this is the these are huge. These are the ear pads. Oh my gosh, those are so squishy. What is that, memory foam? Oh my gosh. And also in the pack, just like a little, I don't know, synthetic leather strap or something. So this is going to go on top of the headphones right there. Again, we'll get into that later. So I'm going to go ahead and start building these. And we'll see how this all works out. So there's our mini XLR cord. Each headphone speaker has its own cord. Mini XLR, I guess that's called. Seems like a pretty good cable there, corded. Feels fancy. Bunch of screws, and there's our XLR adapters. Now, I'm not seeing in this kit, I thought this was supposed to come with some rubber bumpers. On this piece here, I left this blank because I thought I was going to get some rubber bumpers. I do think I saw those on the website. They're a couple bucks, so I'll have to get those ordered. But I will go ahead and get these assembled best I can without them. And yeah, we'll get these all together. So assembly, I think, is pretty straightforward. First thing I do is put things in upside down. So this is kind of the, this is where the headphone band is going to sit right here. And we're going to clamp these in. So this has a little bump on the inside here, and that matches up with the bumps on the headphone band there. And that kind of holds it in place. It's going to be a little loose for me because I don't have those bumpers. Like I said, maybe I just missed something when I was ordering. No fault of the company. I think that's just totally on me. Or if it is on the company, hey. You get a free pass from me, it's okay. Like I said, I have chatted with somebody from the company a fair number of times. Super cool, very chill, very personal. So, yeah, I approve of that. Okay, so what do we got going on here? So this one's got 4 cables on it. Let's put that in the right cup. That might be for, now I don't think this is released yet, but he was talking to me about a microphone. That's the only thing I can think of there, is that's for a microphone, that extra cable. But again, assembly is pretty dang straightforward here. And this has these kind of ridges on it here. What I really like about these is if I break something or do something wrong, it's 3D printed. I can just reprint the part. I'm gonna have to hammer that in. Wow, that is a snug fit. I printed out some clips too. Just a tiny little like 1-minute print. And those click in here. And those are actually already a tight fit too. And that could be something with my printer or my settings. But I don't think I'm gonna need that with this being this tight. I'm gonna get this set up and then I'll be back. So I figured it out. I wasn't looking close enough. There's a flat side on the jack there. Lines up the flat side there and that goes right in. That's actually pretty straightforward there. Nothing to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just mirror that with this side real quick. And that's what again, the 3D printing, if I broke something or maybe I don't like the color scheme or the acoustics, we're gonna get into that later, I can just reprint and change settings, change filaments, and get different sounds. So again, there's a flat side right here, and that literally just goes right in. Nothing to it. And these actually have screw holes too, so let's go ahead and get some screws in here. Where'd my bag of screws go? That's going to be these little short guys here. Perfect. Look at that. Now, if you don't have a fancy screwdriver, your printer should come with a whole set of Allen keys, and one of those will fit. It's a 2mm, and I'm pretty sure that's a standard size. Like if you have like an Ender 3. I don't know if other printers come with Allen keys. I've just got the Ender 3. So yeah, this is printed with, I don't know if you can see it because it's in this white here, but this has a gyroid infill. And then that's open on this side, and then all around the edge in here, this is all open gyroid infill. And that's supposed to give a pretty good sound profile. I don't know too much about that, but if they say that's what works. This is actually going pretty smoothly here. There's nothing to it almost. So I think this goes, no, I have this the right way. So you got this is where the ear pad slides into. It's actually really cool. I think there's a correct orientation. I'm just gonna look that up real quick because that is slanted, as you can see. So I don't wanna mess it up, even though it would be pretty easy to change. I'm just gonna look that up real quick. All right, so a quick search on a video. Vector Finesse actually does have an instruction video how to put the headphones together. It should line up like that. The slanted up away from that opening there. And then all we do now is connect red to red and black to black. That is a one-piece construction, so that's actually easy enough. And now you have to put this way. So how this lines up here is the XLR port, and then that opening goes away from it. So this would be the orientation up and down. As you can see here is where the opening is. This way is the front, and then this way is the back. Let me just line up those screw holes. This might be the toughest part, honestly. Same screwdriver, that 2mm hex bolt. Just make sure everything is lined up. And this is a 3D printed cage on the speaker here, on the driver. And the fit is a little snug. I don't know if that came from the company or if Vector Finesse printed those out. If you want to just maybe ream those holes open a little bit, or just move the screws up and down, and that'll get everything lined up there. And now this actually screws all the way into this inner circle here, and that'll just cinch everything together. I will say it is nice having a dedicated screwdriver handle for this instead of those little Allen keys, because these are some long screws. You'll be sitting here for a while doing this. Now again, I did not put in the clips for the ports, so when I get to that stage, if those are a little sloppy, that's on me. That's not on the product. That's on my printing, and also just not using those clips. I don't know how easy those clips are to get out, so that's why I didn't want to put them in just yet. And I mean, it's 4 screws I can take out if I want to get to it. Now as I'm putting this together, I will say that this has some good weight to it. And this is just one cone, one cup, whatever you want to call it. Oh my gosh. Switch hands here for a bit. And I'm not going to crank these down extra super tight. Again, this is all printed plastic and all the layers are this way. So if I put it too tight, I might split it, I would think. Might actually pull some layers apart or something. But that is on there pretty dang solid. That's looking good so far. And then you take, there's a little opening on the side here. And I guess you literally just feed it into the opening there. And then just turn it. And that's, that is now installed. That looks huge. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the process with the other side now. And once I have that done, I'll report back. All right, so we're just wrapping up this cone as well. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. I think that was all just off camera, but whatever. So there are those. These kind of look like little robots or something, little Roombas, maybe some curling stones. Assembling these has taken less than half an hour. So pretty straightforward to put together. Now comes the hard part. I don't think I have a Phillips screwdriver on me, so I need to go grab one real quick from the other room. And this is going to be used to attach those to that, to that. So I'm going to go grab a screwdriver real quick and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm going to install the head strap, whatever you want to call this, in the headphones now. And I think what you're supposed to do is you mount them upside down, and then that way it kind of pulls itself up and it's kind of like a suspension thing, so your head's not resting on the band there. Should be pretty straightforward. This is actually my, if I'm being honest, this is my second time recording this. I 100% installed these wrong. And I was actually chatting with the person at the company, and I was like, hey, is this right? Like, did this get cut wrong or something? And before I even answered, I was like, oh, I installed this upside down. So here I am re-recording this, just so you guys can see I am doing it the right way. In that recording, I had said, I was like, yeah, this is pretty straightforward. It's a pretty easy build. And then as I was saying it, I was literally installing this piece wrong. And I did actually crack my headband here. I don't know if you can see, there's kind of a split right in there. And that is on me, that is my fault. I did tighten down a screw too tight, which is fine. I was gonna redo this headband anyway. It did curl up a little bit on the end, so I wanted to redo it anyway. So not a huge deal. And that should be in there the right way now, so that will fold up and curl around, and that should give it some tension once this is all installed here. Yeah, pretty straightforward, not too bad to put together overall. Again, there is a video from the Vector Finesse channel on YouTube if you want to watch how to assemble the headphones. But as you kind of print stuff out, maybe you're already test fitting things, and it kind of just makes sense when you put it all together anyway. And if you do need any help, seriously, just reach out to Vector Finesse. Like I said, I've been just DMing the dude on Twitter. I don't know how many people work at the company. I think it's 2, I think he told me one day. Seriously, amazing support from the team over at Vector Finesse, however many people it is. These are probably the trickiest screws right now. I'm not even over the hole, that's why. I was in the wrong spot. That just got a million times easier. If only I knew what I was doing, huh? All right, let me start the other screw, and then I'm gonna line up that piece. There might be an easier way to do this, but this is how I'm doing it. Also, chatting with the person over at Vector Finesse, I have figured out how to get my cereal plates. If you guys saw on the one cone, or on the circle plate there, there's a little spot for a serial plate. So I will have my own serial number for these headphones, which is kind of cool. Yeah, these might be the 2 hardest screws to get in here. All right, so I got the 2 screws started there on this one. Now I can just take this piece here and just kind of line it up. It does make a cylinder when it's all together, so that kind of helps line up things a little bit, I think. And again, you don't want to crank that down too tight. There we go. Now there's a bit of a suspension there, and that actually helps cinch in down here too. So yeah, again, this thing has quite a bit of flex, even though it's the like a PLA Plus Pro, whatever it is. Looking good. So now all that's left to do here is actually literally just slide in that there and that there, and that is some finished headphones. Again, I printed the circle pieces here without the bumpers, so I'm gonna have to get some of those ordered. But those look pretty dang slick right there. These things are huge. I'm gonna move the camera. I will stick these on my head so you can kind of get an idea of what these things look like. I guess I'm not gonna play any music with the cord here, just in case it comes through on the microphone. I don't wanna deal with any of that. But I'll give them a test off camera and let you know. All right, so here we are recording the outro now. I'm gonna try on these headphones. I'm re-recording this outro with the strap flipped around. There's gonna be one scene before this where the strap is upside down, but I got that all fixed. I did also install the cord. If you need to remove that, you literally just push the little button. It just snaps right in. Nothing to it. Let's see how these fit. These things are huge. Okay, I think I've got those on fairly well. Again, the bumpers are missing there, so I have some of those on the way now. When you are listening to music with these, I don't think you're gonna have to worry about outside sounds coming in. Just be aware of that. Be aware of your surroundings if you're using these in like a public space or something, because these things will get loud. Again, this is the 50mm kit. You can also get a 40mm if you need something a little bit smaller. I mean, these things are pretty dang huge. I do like the fit. They feel pretty comfortable. I think that's memory foam and like a leatherette pad there or something, which I will say, if you're wearing these for a long session, like several hours, it might get a little sweaty. I don't know if you can get like a mesh ear pad or something different than this that might work better for that, give it a little breathability. Even though these headphones are really big, they don't feel like they're weighing me down that much. Strap up on the top there, that's pretty comfortable. Everything fits really well. It doesn't feel like it's squishing my head. Not really messing with my glasses too much, which is actually pretty nice. So I have listened to some music on these already. The bass comes through pretty well. And if I had to put a term on it, I guess I would say a warm tone overall. I don't know much about that. I'm not a headphone reviewer. I don't know how to describe sounds properly in review terms, but they do sound pretty good. And again, that is going to come down to how you print the cones here with that infill setting. There are profiles provided with the kit when you buy that on their website. There's a PDF that's going to say print this piece with like 100% infill, this piece with 20% gyroid, this and that, however it works out. It's all in the files there. It's pretty straightforward how to print. There's really no guesswork, as it were. But if you do want to experiment, try different infill. Like I said, this has the gyroid. That's what they suggest. Just the design. Maybe you want to do like a cubic just to see what kind of sound that gets you. Or maybe you want to try different filaments. Carbon fiber, wood, whatever filaments are out there. You can try different filaments, different color combos, all sorts of stuff. And that's really the beauty with the 3D printing. That's why I really like these. If I decided I wanted a different color, just print new cones, swap out the parts, put a new color in here. If I wanted to change this piece, whatever it is, there's all sorts of options there for you. So that's gonna do it for this video. If you've printed these yourself, let me know in a comment down below if there's a certain color combo you really like. Or maybe you've tried different filaments already or the different infills. Let me know what your experiences were with these. Give the video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to see more 3D printing content, just let me know. We'll see if we can't make a video happen here. That's all I've got. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.